kick it off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. As important and as intense as this rivalry is, guys, it's usually one of the cleanest games of the season.
The thing about this game every single year is for so many years, it has national championship implications. Two great teams going at it in the same state. One thinks they're so superior. One gets looked at like down through the bottom of their nose. Like, this is a rivalry that means so much to all people in Alabama.
On the national landscape, Alabama made a statement. They did it from the very opening whistle. They completely dominated the Tigers in all three facets of the game.
And the Tigers fans heard about it all year long. You know Bama loves to beat down Auburn in the Iron Bowl and brag about it for a year. Let's see what the Tigers respond.
And just wedges to the head a bit before he's brought down. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Alabama! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. So Auburn's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. White going to attack through the air. Wide open downfield. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Auburn!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Getting set for the point after. Right down the middle. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Tide offense rolled
the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's picked off.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Caught in the backfield, it's Thompson. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. They were trying to get the screen set up, but it just took a little too long to develop.
Yeah, and the quarterback's supposed to, you know, invite those guys to run upfield on a screen pass, but they got to him so fast he couldn't get rid of the football, and they got the sack.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. Here comes that Alabama offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
I know that's not a huge gain. Those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab behind the line. It's Riley. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game to pick up the first down.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
On the run, it's Hill. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He makes the catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Gives it to the back on the draw. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
He'll pull it down and run. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bombs him up.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Looking to take a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown tie.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Was too much. They get him at the 15.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Got the quick pass. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
To the air on 1st down. The quick out. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. There's a rich tradition of running the football at Auburn from James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown. They love to find a tough running back to feed the rock.
Such great history, such great lineage of ground and pound and great athletes. And it's just a physical mindset of Auburn. And they're always that team that wants to run the football.
Past the 40. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. White wants to throw it. He's got his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Slams it ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And they'll take over at the 25. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to start the drive with a pass. On the move and looking deep. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Looking for more room. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the move from inside his 5. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Tuscaloosa to the Plains, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases enjoying a soda pop and a lot of trash talk in this battle between the Tide and War Eagle. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. And the returner goes down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. You can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line. To the ground with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. White going to attack through the air. Fires to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Coleman. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I think quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Auburn. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And he puts through the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Going to take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Mano-y-mano, man. One-on-one, go ball. Who's going to make a play? The defender steps up to the occasion, knocks that one away for an incompletion.
On 3rd down, going up top. Going to try to get it himself. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. The offense starts with a short field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. White wants to throw it. He's got him in the flat. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football.
He gets it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Auburn extends his lead as the Tigers are turning back the tide.
And I give credit to Auburn, too. It seems like every year when these two teams play, it doesn't really matter what Auburn has done leading into this game. They are able, time and time again, to... when they play against the Tide. They're doing it again here in the second half.
And I hate the cliche throw the records out, but it does matter in this game. Why? Both these schools in the same state. They hate each other. The fans hate each other. Got recruited by the same schools. There is nothing about these two teams that like each other.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, this defense has a 3-possession lead at this point. You're seeing how dominant they are up front. They've done such a good job recruiting D linemen, linebackers, guys that can blitz. They've got.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Knocked down quickly after the pick, but that offense says thank you very much, and they'll have it at the 43.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You know, you play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They make the stop of this running game, moves the chains as they get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Buying some time. The quarterback scrambled around with the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. He has been in see-ball, get-ball mode all day, and he is making his mark in this rivalry game, guys.
I'll tell you, he was sick and tired of reading about and hearing about the offenses coming into this one. This guy had his own designs and his own plans. He has been balling, dude.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. When you see these Alabama linebackers demolish quarterbacks and wreck things in the backfield, you have to think of Derek Thomas in that 27-sack season in 1988.
27. That's insane to have that many sacks in the season, especially when they didn't throw the ball that much. But finding ways to get after quarterback. You've seen Alabama guys, they're built different, they're recruited differently, and they have a lot of success, and they get after quarterbacks.
That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And to open the fourth quarter, they'll start with a field goal attempt. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Nevada was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Reno. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction.
Comes out throwing on first down. He's going for it all.
Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Alabama pushing the tempo. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Brings it in down the left side. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now through this defense moving forward.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game. Was taking care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist. And he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second and 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Quickly complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Tigers are on the move. White going to attack through the air. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Coleman. Across the 25. He's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Breaks the tackle. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Complete on third down. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. He has been unstoppable, the ultimate dual threat, positively Cam-tastic.
And that dude was just so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's going for a big play downfield. Makes the grab on the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And they tacked on the extra point. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give as they work on that clock. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
The defense obviously at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Right back to him on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The give out of the gun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. With jet sweep pass. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but there are some games that no matter what the coaches say, they just mean a little more, and they hurt a little more if you lose.
They do, and that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some games that are highlighted before the season that this game matters more, and it's not that the other ones don't matter, it's just that the hate. These kids that grew up across the street from each other that went to different schools, Jesse, you can feel it.
David, you're absolutely right. And I wonder, because it was a rivalry game, did the losing team get a little overhyped? It just looked like they were pressing too much in this football game. They made too many uncharacteristic mistakes, and as a result, they take the L.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
you